actively searching for their next future ex-wives. It's the nice guys on business. Oh, yeah. They know how to treat the ladies.
This is like, what's the dating app where you swipe left, swipe right?
Oh, like Tinder?
Yeah, like Tinder. It's like Tinder. So 24.
24 that I was forced to swipe right on.
8
and
that
I would
we
have
are obligated.
had to accept at least 8 if they did it. And what happened? Just like on Tinder, I got 1 connection.
Strickland got 1. I got 2.
Barbie has a great day every day. But Ken only has a great day if Barbie looks at him. And he gets to listen to the Nice Guys on Business podcast. Basically, Ken is fucked. Most days, they take their meds. This is not one of those days. Welcome to Fuckery with the Nice Guys. No interviews, no business content. Just your 2 favorite slack-jawed mouth breathers ranting about whatever. Now, strap yourselves in for Nice Guys Fuckery with the kings of fuckery, Doug Sandler and Strickland Bonner.
I don't know, but now we're recording. we are recording. I am sitting in front of a table full of snacks. This is how I go to conferences with Strickland. I just eat a lot of snacks and don't go to any of the conference. I just eat snacks. Eat snacks and a lot of steak and, of course, old fashions as well.
And, of course, I'm going to be talking into the mic and changing the gain because when Doug was doing testing.
I knew you were going to go here.
Doug said, "Hey, can you hear me? Am I loud enough? Is this good? Can you hear me?" "No, Doug, I'm going to turn your gain up a little bit." And then he gets on here and goes, "Hey, my name's Doug Sandler." Yeah. But hey, you know what?
I noticed that when I started.
I'm a sound engineer, and that's what I fucking do, okay?
I noticed
it's all good.
That. When you used to do your sound checks with bands, bands, they're like, "Hey, check 1, 2, check." And then they sing, it's like, the fleet
right. 100%. 100%. Female vocalists, they never will. They're just never loud enough. I just pulled my cable.
You're already all messed up.
I'm all messed up. I just pulled my headphone cable out of my ear, which I normally, I do need because I'm usually on Zoom, but it's usually just my earbuds. But now I'm actually listening to the actual recording, so I won't have to mix later, hopefully.
All right. So where do we begin? Do we begin with the misstep of picking me up at the airport? Do we begin with me winning the T-shirt? Where do you want to start?
Well, let's start with welcome back. My name's Strickland Bonner. On the other side of the microphone, Mr. Doug Sandler, and let's give our listeners some context.
Yes,
we are at Sub Summit in Dallas, Texas.
Yeah,
now, I live in Austin, and Dallas is about 2.5 hours away. And I have never been to Dallas. This was my first time.
It's a big city. It's a huge city here. We're sitting directly opposite of one of your favorite company brands, the Apple iPhone Pro 16.
And it's basically the side of a building, and it's showing the new iPhone 16, but it's just showing the 3 lenses from the camera.
I couldn't tell what that was. I thought it was 3 turntables, and I'm like, what am I looking at? But you're 100% right. When I noticed that yesterday, I'm like, oh, that's the lenses on the back of the camera.
Mm-hmm. And the way it's such an ultra close up on the side of a building, that would be about a 270-foot tall iPhone right there if we saw the whole phone.
Right. Yeah. Hey, but it's waterproof, water resistant.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, so let's where do we begin with this journey? Do we begin with why we're even at the Sub Summit as opposed to like a podcasting conference?
Yeah, because I know Jenny Bellinger, if she's listening, is going to ask immediately, you're going to the Sub Summit and you didn't invite me? The BDSM Dom? No, it's not that kind of Sub Summit. It's subscription models, yeah.
Okay, so we have, as Turnkey, as the company, we have a subscription model. We charge X amount of dollars a month, depending on the services that you want, and our services are given to the clients for that. And so I thought, when I got an advertisement for this summit or this conference, I thought, what a great idea. Let's go and learn how to be the best provider of subscription services. So I applied to the summit, and then they had some offers and some really nice deals that they were making for the summit. And then I started looking at like the list of attendees, like subscription companies, like the Dollar Shave Club, and Harry's is here, and And some of these, I don't even know some of the AI companies that are here. Companies that have like subscriptions that have like 5 million people. Is Lyft here? I think they might.
I wouldn't doubt it.
500 million subscribers to the Lyft subscription, and here we are with our well under 100.
Yeah, I had my roundtable meeting this morning with a bunch of other companies, and it's basically talk about your journey. And so one of the ones we spoke to, which was also relatively smaller company, but they over COVID, they had 20,000 monthly subscribers, and now they're down to 10,000.
Wow.
And then they come around to me and it's like, so how many do you have? 70.
Yeah, well, you know what? It just goes to prove that even little guys have a place in this world.
Exactly.
So we're here, but our typical. I think I put it in real terms for you this morning when I said, well, let's look at what the average price paid for a regular subscription thing is, and let's say it's 30 or 40 bucks. And if we're at 1,000, so already we're 25x or 20x what most subscription boxes cost. So we're the equivalent of having 10,000 subscribers at a $40 a month box.
Exactly. And I was thinking about that after you said that. So the woman who had the company that has 10,000 subscribers, and the subscriptions are for candles. It's like a monthly artisan created candle, right? I didn't ask what the rate was, but I'm guessing $30 or $40 a month, right? And so when I think about that, if she's got 10,000 subscribers, she's doing about the same revenue that we do.
Right.
But she's got to deal with 10,000 people and we deal with 70. I mean, I'm kind of happy about our business model.
Yeah. Oh, I tried to do like a little copycat. Like, well, what if we got into the subscription service at a $30 or $40 a month subscription rate? And you're like, why the fuck would we want to do?
Why do we want to deal with 10,000 people?
Yeah, we kind of like the workload that we have right now. Exactly. And I don't know how many team members that she has, or man, she's licking a lot of stamps with those boxes going. That's all I gotta say. Her tongue has got to be super, super like, oh my God, dry, flaky. Anyhow, so we're here at the conference because we thought it was a good idea.
We should get back to the beginning then of how we got to the conference. I drove because I'm 2.5 hours away, and Doug flew in from LA. And so that was our first our first FUBAR, our first snafu of the trip was before Doug even made it to the hotel. So I get to the hotel and I check in. And then, Doug, there are 2 Dallas airports. There is DFW, Dallas-Fort Worth, and then there is Dallas Love Field.
Yeah, and because of that, I made sure that you were aware, and I knew you knew there was already 2. So I said, hey, don't forget you're going to Love Field. You're not going to Dallas-Fort Worth. And you were all over it.
I was all over it. I totally was all over it until I wasn't. And so let's explain how that happened. Not only was I all over it, I actually looked it up on the map before we even left, like days ago. Yeah. I'm like, okay, Dallas Love Field, where is it in relation to the hotel? 15 minutes away. This is great. I will come and pick you up at the airport, Doug. No problem. Okay. And it's Love Field. So I get to the airport, or I get to the hotel, I check in. I go back to the car and I plug into my GPS Love Field, and it says Love Field 15 minutes away. And I already knew it was about 15 minutes away. And I said, this is great. I'm on my way. And I'm driving through the city and I'm through the city. Like I'm not going to on highways, which also was fine because I saw on the map Love Field is
just ahead,
like inside the city, right? It is an airport that is kind of in the center part of the city. And then I get there and I see a baseball field. And I'm like, where are all the airplanes? I don't see them anywhere.
It's like I'm going to stand here until a fucking plane lands on this baseball field. I just had a vision of Strickland just literally getting out of his Tesla, walking into the middle of the field and just holding his hands up like, where are you, Doug? So I'm in the meantime, I'm texting Strickland from the airport knowing he's coming, and like I'm at the very end of the gates. You have a line of baggage claim area. I'm at the very last door. So I said, just pick me up at the very last door. And he's like, well, I'm here, but
well, no,
you
but wait a
asked-
minute. But that was the next step. Okay, so then, I'm at Love Field, right? And Doug had already landed, but it was still relatively early. He came in a little early, and I'm like, okay, well, let me find the real airport. So I look up, Dallas Airport, and it pulls up Dallas Airport that is about 15 minutes from where I am now.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, this must be the, and I drive up and I get to the airport, and a couple of pieces I didn't tell you
Because
I wanted to save
I'm learning
it.
more about the story now.
I wanted to save it for the show.
Yeah, because
okay?
you did ask me what's A, B, C, or I'm like, I'm not in any of those. So I'm like, okay, keep going.
So you get to the airport. Now, you've been to many airports before.
Yes.
Big ones and little ones,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And so how does an airport work when they are going to charge you for parking?
You pull in and they give you like 15 minutes free, and then they put you on a lot of times it'll tell you how many spaces available on what level. You go to that level, and you just tell your person where you are, and the person will either meet you there or you pick them up at baggage claim.
Exactly.
Or at arriving flights.
And what happens if you pick them up at baggage claim? Typically, there will be a sign that says this way to baggage claim,
Right.
and you just pick them up at baggage claim.
Correct.
And there's no ticket and there's no charge, correct?
No ticket, no charge. You just drive right in and you pick up the person. You can't wait there because you usually have the cops that are kind of pushing you through. But you just drive and pick up the person that's there, and they get in the car, and that's that.
This has been your instructional pickup from airport pickup from the Nice Guys on Business. But you can throw all that shit out with Dallas Fort Worth Airport, which is where I went accidentally the wrong airport. I pull up. And
you went to Dallas Fort Worth. Okay, maybe I got lost here.
That's what I wanted to fill in the details.
Okay.
But there were too many details to tell. I didn't want to tell you twice.
Okay.
So I pull up and it's like, booths. Now there's like 5 that say tag only. And like a Easy Pass type of tag, right?
It. Yeah.
And then there's a bunch that say tag or credit card, and a bunch that say cashier. And I'm like, I'm not anywhere near. I'm not in the airport yet, but okay. Now I have what's called a Texas tag. Okay, which is for the highways.
So different than Texas T. It's just a little different.
Well, my Texas tag, like if I'm going on a highway that has a toll,
like Easy Pass, it'll automatically register it, so you don't do anything.
Right, and it's the RFID, and it's right in my window, and so I'm like, but I see this thing that says T tag, and I'm like, is that a Texas tag? Can I use that? And so I pull over there, but then I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not sure if it is. So I veer back over to the one that says T tag or credit card.
Okay.
I'm like, okay. But when you do the Texas tag, it sees the RFID chip and raises the gate automatically.
No gate comes up.
So I'm like, fuck. Okay, so it's not a Texas tag. So thank goodness I didn't do the T tag thing, and I would have been holding everybody up.
Holding up traffic.
Right. So I pull out the credit card and tap the credit card, right? And I'm like, I don't even know what I'm paying for yet. I'm like, just give us a credit card. How much is it? No, give us a fucking credit card. Okay. So I give him the credit card and the gate goes up, and then you drive another half a mile or more.
Yeah.
Right. So you're still not at the airport yet. Then you get to and it says terminals A, B, C, D, E.
Now I'm beginning to catch a clearer picture. That's when you texted me and said, what letter are you at, or where are you? A, B, C, D, or E? I'm like, I'm at 3. I'm at 3.
It wasn't. There's even another step.
Oh, okay.
Now, I've been to airports that have multiple terminals.
Yes.
And
LAX has multiple terminals.
LAX, BWI, Austin has 2 different terminals. Now, when you drive up to an airport that has multiple terminals, and it says, are you going to terminal A, B, or C? What other information does it give
Generally,
you?
it will tell you the airline.
Exactly.
It'll say Terminal 1, Southwest, United, Delta, etc.
Exactly. And I knew you were on Southwest Airlines. So I wait a little bit longer. I'm continuing to drive, and I'm waiting for information on which airlines are which. And then I see the exit for Terminal E. Not one fucking sign for any goddamn airline that is at any goddamn terminal.
Were you I'm sensing you were at like some cargo area or something.
Well, it was so funny because I'm like, well, shit, I don't want to go past the right one
and turn around
and then come back
through and pay again.
Right. And so I'm like, well, let me take E and then I'll call you.
Okay.
And then and that's when I called with the letters, right? And then I see E, and as I'm coming around, under E, it says, do you want like regular parking or do you want terminal pickup? And I'm thinking, each terminal has their own fucking garage, or you just pull up to okay. But again, I'm seeing no airline information.
Wow.
Until I get to I'm like, okay, let me go to drop or
you
pick
really
up.
need to be an educated consumer going to Dallas-Fort Worth Airport if you're going to be picking up somebody, because you have no idea. And as a consumer flying into Dallas-Fort Worth, I don't know what the hell the airport looks like. How would I know where to send you to?
No fucking idea, right?
Okay.
So I finally get to where it's like, okay, here's where you pick up arrivals. And yes, I saw airlines there. But that was the only place I saw airlines. So then I'm on the phone with you, and you're like, I don't see a letter.
I'm at 3.
Right, you're at 3, and you're like, I can see the entire pickup area, and I'm like, wait a minute, this has got to be the wrong fucking airport then. And I realize I'm at DFW.
How far? Okay, so it's interesting because I would think that there would have been signs as you were approaching from Love Field, the baseball Love Field, not the actual airport Love Field. Approaching DFW, it would have said Dallas-Fort Worth. When you have a metropolitan area that has 2 airports that are in proximity-wise close to each other, wouldn't you think that they would highly differentiate themselves from each other?
You see, that was the other thing. So we used to live in Baltimore.
Right.
And so there is BWI Airport in Baltimore. There's Reagan National in Washington, and Dulles,
right,
which is like Northern Virginia. Now, these airports are about 40 minutes to an hour away from each other.
If you're lucky.
Right.
In traffic.
And Houston also has 2 airports. One is closer to downtown, but one is like 40 minutes away on the outskirts,
okay,
right? So I think what happened was I was nervous. I didn't want to be late picking you up because I hate fucking being late for you. And I'm like, I look up, it comes up DFW, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe I've got it backwards because this airport's 15 minutes away. If it had said DFW 40 minutes, like if it's on the edge of town, I would have known immediately because I had looked it up. I had researched it. I had a good idea of where I was going.
You were going from the time indicator rather than the direction indicator.
Right. And apparently DFW, so if you think about Dallas, DFW is I think Fort Worth is actually like a western suburb.
Okay.
And so DFW is like between Dallas and Fort Worth, but it's still only 15 minutes from downtown.
Right.
Love Field is basically dead center of the city.
So the
north part of the city.
How far? So based upon when you called me and said, "Oh shit, I'm at the wrong airport,"
right?
Until you got to me, it was only 20 minutes or
right.
25 minutes. So that means it was pretty close to each other.
Yeah. So they were, and I was still like deep in DFW at that point, and it said 18 minutes to get to you, but that was like I had to drive another mile back and pay the fucking, I think they charged me $20. I was there for 10 goddamn minutes and I didn't even pull into a garage.
Wait,
what the fuck is that?
They charge you to pick up people?
I need to double check it, but that's what it looked like. God. You fucking pick somebody up, it costs you $20.
Okay, all right. So you finally got there, which was good.
Right.
And I was fine. I was fine. I got to visit my favorite coffee shop, Dunkin' Donuts, which we don't have in Los Angeles. I don't know why the fuck they don't have a Dunkin' Donuts in Los Angeles. The biggest outside of New York, the biggest metropolitan area pretty much in the United States, have a fucking Dunkin' Donuts. Are we that health conscious that we can't put a donut and some sugar in our body?
No shit, right?
Jesus fuck.
Okay, so you got your Dunkin' Donuts. I picked you up. We got back here. Nice hotel. We're all. Oh, we got an executive suite. We got extra room
way to
and
go,
shit.
way to go.
Yeah, and then okay, so now we're caught up to the day we got here.
Okay. So
what did we do the first night? I don't even remember.
Snack foods and
I forgot I stopped at Buc-ee's.
Snack foods and I don't know what pills these are, but I found a whole bunch of pills in my suitcase that were the previous suitcase owner's pills because I know JJ doesn't take these, and I have never taken these, and I've never seen this pill case. And there's still about, I'd say, 6 of these pills, and I think that they are anxiety meds or some sort of mother's little helper. I'm not 100% sure what they are.
Is this a suitcase you've never used before?
I have used the suitcase, but I opened up a pocket. Apparently, it was like a secret compartment.
Is that the regular suit? Don't you have like a super expensive suitcase you usually use?
But the challenge with my regular Briggs & Riley suitcase, which was super stupid expensive, but as I was reinventing my career in 2015 and planning on doing a whole bunch of travel, which I did in 2015 to 2020, I noticed that this bag, which is a carry-on bag, normally when you carry on a bag into an airplane, don't you also normally have a carry-on also? So you carry your suitcase and then maybe a backpack?
Exactly.
Okay. So you got your carry-on and you got your backpack. Now, your backpack is enough to kind of not throw you off, but it's enough weight in there. If you have your laptop and some snacks and maybe some other things that you didn't put in your carry-on bag, it's heavy. So to have to juggle that and then not have a bag that fits down the aisle, wouldn't you want your roll-on bag?
Oh, your roller bag doesn't fit down the aisle? The
no,
expensive
it's
one?
too wide. Think about the width of a jacket. A width of a jacket. So 42. I'm a 42. Okay, 42 is the width of my jackets. I'm a 42 long, by the way, in case you're buying me any clothes in the future. But as a 42, and then figure add another 4 to 6 inches onto that because that's the suitcase. So 42 plus even 46, an aisle is not 4 feet wide.
No, it's not.
Okay, so this bag, you can see that little bag. How wide does that bag look?
That looks like the regular standard size. Let me think. Less than 2 feet. It's probably 20 inches wide. It's about 20 inches
That's
across.
like what the crew would bring on an airplane, and it fits neatly down the aisle. So if I'm carrying my backpack, which I always am, and I'm pulling this down, I don't have to lift my bag up. I hate when I have people that are running down the aisle and they're banging into me, because that happens a lot because I'm an aisle guy. So anyway.
But they also have specific size and shape limits on carry-ons. Is your other one small enough to be called a carry-on?
Yes, because the size of the bag is not dictated by the width of the aisle. It's dictated by the size of the overhead compartment.
Right.
So the overhead compartment, they don't care really how wide your bag is. They care more about will it fit into the overhead.
Got it.
So anyway, that's a whole different. We have an entire episode on traveling with the nice guys.
But I just wanted to clarify then. So the multi-$100 bag that you bought is sitting at home, so you could bring the one that you got at a yard sale
for $5. Exactly. I got a lot of good use out of that one. Anyway, in the secret compartment in this bag, apparently there was a pill case. A pill container. Anyway, so let's move on to the snack food. So you stopped at Buc-ee's.
So Doug was like, hey, is there going to be a place nearby that we can get snacks nearby the hotel? And I said, dude, Buc-ee's, I will stop and get snacks because Buc-ee's is the shit when it comes to snacks. Anybody who lives in Texas, Buc-ee's.
Oh my God.
Is good
shit.
shit.
You got some good shit also.
Well, except that Doug said, he's like, well, I like chips, any kind. Pretzels, I prefer fat, like Snyder's or Hanover's, fat pretzels, right? And peanut butter crackers.
Right.
So, first of all, chips, piece of cake, no problem. That's easy, right? Peanut butter crackers, like I couldn't find any fucking peanut butter crackers. So I did get peanut butter. What did I get?
You got the combos, which is great. The cheddar cheese combos, which we have yet to open yet.
We haven't even opened
because we're still stuck on the other snacks that you've got. And those are the best fucking snacks.
I know,
too.
right? So
Holy
I looked for
shit.
pretzels. They have Buc-ee's has a surprisingly limited selection of pretzels. No, like fat, old-fashioned pretzels. So I ended up getting Dot's home-style pretzels that are seasoned, and they're very tasty.
By the way, nice guys, this episode sponsored by Dot's home-style pretzels.
Well, are you sure it's not going to be sponsored by Buc-ee's? Because the thing that we have completely destroyed already is the Buc-ee's beaver nuggets.
Jesus, if you're going to have beaver, these are the nuggets you want for sure.
I got
the 2 flavors you got. Let me just share the flavors. Yeah. The sea salted caramel. By the way, nice guys, sponsored by Buc-ee's beaver nuggets. So, just kidding. Sea salt caramel beaver nuggets, and the other one, which is good, but I think these are the traditional flavor. These are more like the maple flavored Buc-ee's beaver nuggets.
Yeah, the original Buc-ee's beaver nuggets are kind of a sort of a maple syrupy flavor-ish.
They're good, but they're nowhere near as good as the sea salt. I'm going to have you put together a care package for me.
Well, it's so funny. I was just thinking that now that I know how much you like them, there are like 5 other flavors.
Oh, no.
And one of them is peanut butter.
Don't introduce me to them.
I'm going to have to put a care package together for you, send it to LA, but it's going to have to say on the package, personal and confidential, Doug Sampler. Because you can't let JJ see
It'll never make it through a concierge at my house. Quality control, it'll go right in the trash can. So please, you're going to have to put these in. You know how when you used to get when you were a teenager, if you ever ordered from any of the mail order companies, the adult mail order companies, arrives in plain brown wrapper.
Right.
You just have to get me that.
You got a lot of tools in your garage that you use to work on your cars, right?
Yeah, just send them in a Harbor Freight box.
Right, exactly.
I'll be fine.
Yeah. And then you need something in your garage that's like a lockbox for your expensive tools, but it's really for your Buc-ee's beaver nuggets.
Oh my God. Okay. So we've worked our way through about a third of the snacks. I figured by giving you a variety of snacks, and you did a really good job of picking snacks, I thought, well, this will be easy. We'll go through like a few bags of snack foods we're here for 3.5 days.
Right.
We are so stuck on these beaver nuggets that we can't get out of that bag. We've barely opened the other ones, and a couple of them haven't even been opened yet, including the Rice Krispies treat that you brought us.
I love a good Rice Krispie treat. Yeah, the Dots Homestyle pretzels have got a small dent in them, but the beaver nuggets are so goddamn good.
Okay, so day one on the conference room floor, Strickland and I, we kind of do things a little backwards. We don't sit in on the educational learning. We look at all the swag that they have down at the trade show floor. So we go down. By the way, Tim, that was in paying homage to you, because we know that you provide a lot of promotional goods for conferences and such. So we go downstairs, and I'm like, let's just look and see what kind of swag. So I think this was the first place that we went to, wasn't it?
One of the first ones we went to.
Okay, so provide a setup for what this activity that we were going to need to go through in order to get their swag.
So we walk up and we talk to him, and it's Geek Monkey or Grace Monkey or what the hell is it?
I don't know. Unimportant.
But they have T-shirts they're giving away, and you see the if you've ever been to a convention, the swag T-shirts, it's like a fucking white, ugly, like you wash it 3 times and it falls apart with a crappy print. This was not that.
Two-sided.
Yeah, two-sided print, like a pocket print and a back print, and
soft.
A really nice, cool-looking surf-style print.
Right.
Like it looks like a Maui Wowie shirt or something.
Right.
I mean, they're really nice and heavy-duty shirts. And we're talking to the guys about their service, and we're like, hey, we want the fucking swag. And they were like, ho, 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 hold on a minute. You can't just have that
We're just
swag.
going to grab the swag, and like, hey, you got to go through this activity in order to win the swag.
Right. So they've got 2 little wood stand-up guys, right? And then at the other end of the table,
6-foot table.
Yeah, 6-foot table. They've got this thing that's like a catapult, right? And they've got these little bananas, little baby bananas, and you basically need to catapult a banana and knock over one of the guys at the other end of the table.
Yeah.
To get one of these shirts, right?
I'm like,
so
no fucking way.
No fucking way, right? And so, and nobody had done it yet, right? Nobody had even tried yet. And so Doug goes up and he's like, how do I do it? Okay, let me play with it. He lets
like the bull shark.
Right, exactly. He's like, huh? Am I using the right end of the stick? Oh,
wait, do I turn it this way?
And then proceeds to, on the very first try, boom, knocks the guy over fucking 6 feet away at the other end of the table.
Center. That was the best.
And
I went I did my touchdown dance through the conference room trade show floor.
And he gets his shirt, and it was fucking brilliant. And all the guys there were like, what the fuck?
Maybe we made this too easy.
We've been practicing and testing this thing, and it's usually like, no, it's not that easy. And Doug's like,
so there was actually 2 prizes that came along excuse me, prize number one that came along was the T-shirt, which is like a $30 T-shirt if you're buying this at a retail store. The second thing that came along was the catapult.
Oh yeah. You could get they had a flat version of the catapult where you could get one and put it together yourself.
Assemble it together. I didn't. You know what? They weren't giving the bananas away though.
No, they did not give the bananas away.
That would have been good if they would have. You know what? But I bet I could use beaver
nugget.
Beaver
nugget.
You
could be shooting beaver nuggets.
Beaver nugget. Anyhow, so then Strick tries.
Okay, so then I'm like, well, shit, it looked easy. Let me give it a try. And I'm like lining it up and I'm doing the thing right. And I shoot mine and the velocity was fucking perfect.
Right
it
there.
looks like it's
right
going
height,
right there.
Right
height. And the two little stand-up guys, right, at the other end of the table, they're maybe 6 inches apart, right? Maybe not even that.
It was harder to get it where
it was like 4 inches apart. And it's going and it's flying through the air and it looks perfect. And it literally goes right between them.
But the width of the banana, if you add that to the distance between the two, it was actually harder to do what you did,
right?
than it would have been to hit the fucking target.
Okay, so we leave, right, and we go wander around a bit, and later in the day we come back, and I said, Doug, didn't you say that you get 3 tries? And he was like, yeah, that's what they told me. And I was like, well, I only took one, so I went back, and I was like. And Doug was like, hey, have you given away any other shirts? And he's like, a few here and there, but nobody else has gotten it on the first try. On the first try. We're like, oh, okay, cool. And I said, yeah, so you get 3 tries, right? And the guy's like, yeah. He's like, well, I only took one.
And in the meantime, just so you know the setup of this, we have no business being
right. The services they are offering, we cannot use at all.
At all. It's I think he said, oh yeah, we have a minimum starting point of $5,000 a month.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. So in the meantime, Strick and I are like, we're trying to angle for another opportunity to win a $30 shirt, which they didn't even have your size, I don't think, by the time that you got.
Well, that was the thing.
They probably bought 10 shirts.
Well, I go back and I'm like, okay, well, let me take my other 2 tries, right? and the guy's like, okay, well, on my first retry,
right,
boom, knocked the shit right over. It was like perfect. But then I'm like, oh, well, this is a cool design. Can I get one of these in a medium or a large? And he's like, whatever's out here is what we've got. And they literally had an XL and a 2XL, and then another design that had a 2XL and a 3XL, and another design.
How big are these fucking tech guys?
Right, and another one that had a small, and that was it. That's all they had left. I'm like, all right, I guess I'll take the XL.
Okay, so Strickland got the XL. It's just so funny, the whole thing. It's like everybody that we're talking to. I went to another vendor and stole some of their socks. You know, you have to kind of feign conversation with them to kind of pretend you're a little bit interested in what they have to, knowing full well that, you know, for the mean sized company in here does probably about $100 million a year. And I'm like, well, we're almost at 1% of what the average company does that's here. Anyhow, so we did that yesterday. That was a whole bunch of fun. A little bit of learning, a lot of fun, a lot of laughing, of course. And then we went to dinner.
What did we do dinner the first night?
First night we went to the chicken place.
Oh yeah, we went to Yardbird for dinner the first night, and that was very good chicken and good
By the way,
bourbon.
Nice Guys, sponsored by Yardbird.
We have a lot of sponsors, but no ads. No ads. You do not need to worry about skipping forward 30 seconds.
Don't worry about it. Well, we paid for the ad. By the time we were done with that meal, I think you had a few drinks. I had an old fashioned. My chicken, I think, was $42. My chicken and waffles.
Yeah, it was a hefty bill for just the two of us, which felt like bar food, right?
Right, definitely.
And surprisingly, our dinner last night was not that expensive,
but it was so fucking good.
It was so fucking good.
Got my filet. Strickland got his. Did you get ribeye?
I ended up getting a New York strip, which was disappointing. So we went to Beer Nats or something. One of these like super old school steak places here in Dallas,
where most of the Dallas douches go.
There were some very douchey looking guys there.
Hey, if you're, by the way, Beer Nats did not sponsor the Nice Guys.
No, they do not sponsor. They got enough help already.
Yeah. So we had our dinner there, and I got to meet a really nice. What was the English bulldog? Is that what I met?
Oh
before?
Yeah, that was very sweet.
Very cute little dog at the table next to us, so we got a chance to.
Doug was not flirting with the owner of the Bulldog, just in case, JJ, you're listening.
No. I think she was dating the waiter or one of the service staff, because he came over, a hug and a kiss, and like, I'll see you later was the kind of the vibe that I was getting there.
I missed that part.
I just really liked the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if there was a cat that was there, I would say, hey, you mind if I pet your pussy? Sorry. For all of our female listeners, that was just a little Donald Trump humor there. No, that would be the grab your pussy, man.
Yeah. So that was good steaks, and let's see what else. Yeah, we've met with some people. So one of the obligations that we had with this conference, that the deal that Doug cut with the conference,
good
was
deal, by the way.
Really good deal. We get to come for free to the conference if we meet with a bunch of vendors that are going to try and sell us shit. So it's basically if we listen to their timeshare pitch,
right,
that we get to come for free. And in fact, they're paying us, right? They're paying our expenses.
Yeah, $750 a piece, so $1,500 for us to be here at the conference. Now, we did spend that at the chicken place, so
basically. Yeah.
So it's fine. Oh, but $1,500 plus you're not paying to be at the conference. I do this conference again. I don't think they're going to offer us to do it again, but I'd do the conference again.
But the deal was that we had to meet. Each of us had to meet with 8 possible vendors, like people that wanted to sell.
So 16 between the two of us.
Right. Except that when they first, like 3 weeks ago, they sent us this thing and it's like, hey, you need to tell us which vendors you think would be a good fit for you. Right.
Right.
And you're forced to pick 24.
Right. And Strickland was like, what the fuck? We're picking 24. I said, remember, we're only going to be obligated to meet with 8 of them, which they will select for us based upon the 24. You have to have a bigger, grander amount so that they can reduce it down to the 8.
Yep.
How made you end up having?
Well, and so that's what was perfect, because I was very nervous. I'm like, I don't want to do 24 fucking meetings with people that we don't need their services.
Or their timeshare.
Right. And Doug explained it to me, and I'm like, that totally makes sense. So ultimately, I signed up for 24. Doug signed up for 24. And then they paired people with us. Out of my 24 that I reached out to and 8 that I was obligated to.
Yeah, this is like what's the dating app where you swipe left, swipe right?
Oh, like Tinder?
Yeah, like Tinder. It's like Tinder. So even if Strickland swipes right and says, I think it's swipe right.
That's a good analogy. I guess swipe.
I don't know, whatever.
Swipe right is saying yes, I think.
Let's just assume. Let's go with that. If I'm swiping right, I want to meet with this vendor. The vendor also has to swipe right so that they will agree to meet because they feel like it's a good value of their time. So 24
that I was forced to swipe right on.
8
and I
that
would
we
have
are obligated.
had to accept at least 8 if they did it. And what happened? Just like on Tinder, I got 1 connection.
Strickland got 1. I got 2. So you don't have any more.
No, I have no more.
I got 2. So I must have done something slightly different than you. I don't know what it was.
And again, very similar to my experience on Tinder. So I'm very glad that you made that analogy.
So the 2 people, the one that you met and the one that I met, we discovered, or the one that you met and the one I met today, we discovered we're not a fit for their services. Mm-hmm. However, there was a third company, one that I met with yesterday, that fortunately you were free, so you came and met with them also. They are mergers and acquisition specialists that deal with companies that are as little as ours and as large as $1 billion. Mm-hmm. And we hit it off with the guy.
Yeah, he was interesting, and he thinks we may be a candidate, if not now, maybe in the next couple of years, for somebody to buy us, and we'd be totally open to that.
By the way, Nice Guys sponsored by Turnkey Podcast. Interested in buying Turnkey Podcast? Just step up to the plate. We're selling those, and we're giving away 1 free EFT. Yes, that is right, a fungible token that you can win also.
And by the way, if your subscription model is selling something that costs $40, we have the equivalent of 10,000 subscriptions right now.
We are looking pretty good. I forgot to mention. Did you have anything else you wanted to share about any of those meetings that we had?
No, I think that was good.
So last night, can you share the experience that you had with the car parking and the charging of your Tesla?
Oh my God. Okay. So I pull up to the valet when we got back to the hotel after going to Love Field DFW and then the real love field and then getting back. And so, of course, I needed to charge my Tesla because there was no fucking juice left after driving to the airport. So I pull up to the guy and I said, hey, do you guys have a charger? And he's like, yeah, we have one in the basement. Now, I'm assuming he didn't mean in the utility closet of the basement. I'm assuming he meant the garage.
Let me go get the cord.
Right? I'm assuming he meant the garage basement, right? And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Could you plug it in for me then? You know, it's valet. I gave him the key.
You know what? Before you finish the story, the punchline for me of this whole story, and then you'll pick it up from here and tell it's like, that's not my dog. That's all I kept thinking.
Does your dog bite?
He gets bit by the dog and he goes, I thought you said your dog doesn't bite.
That's not my dog.
So that's where we're
yeah, a little Pink Panther action there. That's what I'm talking about.
That's where we're heading with this. So he tries to find out about where the charging station is.
Exactly.
Oh, that's in the basement. Okay,
Exactly.
pick up now.
It's like, yeah, we got a charger in the basement. I'm like car charger. Yeah. Okay, can you plug it in? No. Well, you said you've got a charger in the base, like the little garage in the basement, right? Yeah. Well, when you park it, can you plug it in?
Oh no, we can't do that. We can't do that.
Like, why not? Well, we don't park in the garage. We park across the street.
I'm like, that's not my dog. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? So a very similar experience, and then you'll pick up the story about your car. But I called the TVs in this hotel are not, and it's a beautiful hotel, a really nice luxury hotel. Well, as luxury as Strickland and I are going to get.
Yeah.
It's not a motel; it is a hotel with a door, and there's no space under the door. So I feel like we're winning to begin with. But so I called. There are no smart TVs, so I called downstairs and I said, hey, do you guys have an HDMI cable that I could borrow? Because I'd hook up my iPad to the TV set so we could watch Netflix. So she says, no, we don't have cables. And then she hung up. I'm like, okay, well, how about when you stay at a hotel at this level that they have a solution rather than a problem that is not resolved? Now, I'm not saying give me a cable. It might be, here's where you can get a cable, or we have them for sale in the gift shop for $8 or $5 or whatever it is. They could buy a stockpile of them from Amazon Basics for probably 50 cents a piece, $1 a piece for HDMI. I think they give away HDMI cables now. Like, what the fuck? Just come up with a solution. The guy basically downstairs was telling Strickland, we have no solution for electric cars that are here that's going to be viable. And all I was thinking is that because it's Dallas and this is like an oil state, or is that because, an oil city, or is it just because they don't want to be helpful? I mean,
he just wasn't getting it. He was not putting two and two together.
So while Strickland was doing that.
Yeah, and apparently the Sheraton, they do have a garage under the hotel and another garage that is also theirs across the street.
Okay. So while Strickland is doing that, I am at the bar meeting John, who is telling me all about his business. And I ordered a drink. I ordered an old fashioned, and old fashioned gets there, and Strickland eventually, maybe a half hour later, joins me in the bar after he's done finding the charging station, supercharges it for 20 minutes, gets an 80% fill, and then comes back up. And I said, I'll just take the tab. And the check came. Like, what would a reasonable price be for an old fashioned?
So for a single drink, now depending where you are, a regular bar, $8, maybe $10.
Okay.
A downtown
LA bar?
Right. An LA bar, or like a Las Vegas. Well, let's say a downtown bar. A downtown bar, $16, right? LA or Las Vegas. Okay, maybe 18, 20, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
$28.
Yeah.
$28 fucking dollars. And it wasn't like I didn't ask him for a double. Now, it was a generous pour, granted, but I didn't ask for a generous pour, and it was very nice of him, and he was super nice. And the guy, but it wasn't like it didn't come with a glass with a cloche over it that he pulled to reveal smoke like you got the other night.
Yeah, that was cool at Yardbird.
That was pretty cool, by the way.
And that was like a $16 or $14 drink, and they did the whole fucking smoke thing and everything. It was cool.
$28 for this drink, and I'm thinking, God. I feel sorry for like the admin and turnkey that's going to have to pay for that. And then I realized we own the fucking company. Yeah. But anyway, so I got the $28 drink. Not that I had a choice once I'd already drank it. I could have complained, but of course I did not. Maybe they should alert you to the price of the drink before. Here's another thing. If you're ever ordering off a menu and it doesn't tell you the price, you probably can't afford it. So don't order it.
Good idea to ask what that is.
Yeah. Okay, so we've gone through the conference. We have gone through the snack foods. What other points do we have to make? There's got to be other stuff that we need to talk about.
So we have an opportunity. So we were invited last night to two networking events. There was one at 7 p.m. and another at 9 p.m.
Yeah.
And or was the first one at 5? I don't even remember.
5:30 downstairs in the exhibit hall.
The first one was 5:30 in the exhibit hall, and we're like, fuck it, we're just going to go to dinner. And then there was a 9 o'clock, like free drinks and all kinds of other cool shit, right? And we get back to the room and we're like, no, fuck that. Like
I knew I wasn't going to go out. That's already beyond my bedtime.
Yeah, I thought I might have gone, but no, I got back and we went to bed early. But we may go tonight to see Mike Posner.
Oh, God, I don't really even know if I want to.
Yeah, but he's like a fucking national act.
Who cares? Who cares? I'm a little bit beyond national acts at this point in my life. I'm like, I don't know. Does anybody? Would I go? Like, didn't you just say you're going to Styx?
I'm going to see Styx next week, actually.
And so Styx, I would be like, okay, sounds kind of fun, which is a little sad to think that they haven't even sold out a third of the venue yet.
Yeah, I was looking at the available tickets. It looks like there's a lot of available tickets.
So what happens when you get closer in? Do they? I remember I went to the Mark Anthony concert last year and the year before because JJ loves Mark Anthony. Mm-hmm. So we went last year at the LA Forum, I think it is.
That sounds
right. So we went to the Forum, and it's a big arena if it's the one that I'm thinking
monstrous,
of. It's the Forum. I mean, there's 5,000 people at least. Probably.
Oh, no,
probably
it's more like 15.
Okay, so 15,000 people can fit in there. And 2 years ago, sold out the venue.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that was right on the, not the tail end of COVID, but, people were just getting back into the concert scene. Mm-hmm. So people had been inside for years before going to a concert. Mm-hmm. Last year I went, or just a few months ago, I went to the concert with her, maybe the beginning of the year, at the same place. And they had sections, the upper level sections that we bought the tickets for because we're like, we're not going to spend the money to be down on that. Let's just go for the experience. And that was fine. And I was okay because I had seen them close up enough last time I went. So we said, let's just buy the most inexpensive tickets and let's just go to the venue. When we got there, they took the entire section where we were seated, and as we were going up, then they called us back down. They said, here's another ticket. We want you to go down there. They closed off the entire upper section, but they didn't. It was like a game day call where they did it. So when they do, I guess the whole point of that is when Styx has an arena or a venue that is a third filled, do they kind of push everybody forward? Because the band doesn't want to play for an empty seats.
Right. And they certainly don't want to play for a venue that's got, let's say there are, who knows, this is an amphitheater, right? So maybe there's 3,000 seats and people just spread out everywhere. I don't know what they're going to do. But this is interesting too, because it's an amphitheater with a lawn. So
like Merriweather.
Right, exactly. So I'm wondering if they're going to have people that bought lawn seats, if they're just going to invite them down.
Typically, the people that buy lawn seats want to be on
That's
the lawn.
The thing, right?
They want to bring their wine and their blanket, and they have an
Right.
experience laying out. And then, so it's going to be lawn, 100 rows of empty
seats.
and then people in the front few sections.
We'll see. It'll be interesting.
All right. Well, do we have anything else that you want to
We
go
got a
over?
voicemail.
Oh shit, that's right. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me get my high tech equipment going here. Do we have a voicemail from Jared theme song? You're going to edit that in, right, Strick?
No, I'm not.
Okay, wait a minute. I forgot my pen.
We're skipping it today.
Okay, all right. So we have one voicemail. Voicemail from Jared. Screw the rest of y'all. Okay, I got it.
Hey, Doug, hey, Strick, Jared here. So you guys are talking about a whole lot of stuff. Really enjoyed the show, and yes, it's good to have you guys back, but I really did enjoy last week's with Erica. So I'm actually calling. I didn't really have much to say, but I thought, you know what? You guys like to have voicemails. Doug, you even mentioned calling in. And today is Friday, the day of the release. And I am actually driving back and forth to a wedding venue as my second child, who's my youngest son. So we had 2 boys and then a girl. Is getting married today. So I made one trip there, dropped my wife and daughter off, and headed back home an hour back to the house, take care of the dogs, me to get ready, and then I'll be heading back. And they're getting married today. So I know they'll never hear this, but congratulations, Jason and Emily. And I just wanted to call and share that with you guys. And by the time you're listening to this, they'll actually be in Japan on their honeymoon, hopefully having the time of their life. And so just put some happy thoughts out there for him. Let you know that he has joined the world of the married. And, anyways. All right, fellas, appreciate you guys. Love the show. And as always, it's been a pleasure listening to you. And no dates today. It's a wedding day, man. I can't dig on you. I could, that goes without saying. See you later.
Congratulations, Jason and Emily and Jared. Jeez, he's thinking of us on his son's wedding day. I feel very special.
I remember and congratulations, Jared, to you for being a father-in-law again. Did he? His second one that's getting married?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay,
Pretty
so
sure.
Congratulations, Jared. I remember sending Strickland the invitation to my second marriage, and I believe I got a polite RSVP because he then said,
I said, hey, thanks. I'm going to wait for the next one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was good. You stepped right into that one nicely. Yeah. We do not practice these jokes. By the way, The Nice Guy is sponsored by Comedy Land.
Oh, and Doug shared with me actually just the other night his second marriage, which was going to be a nice small, like basically they came up, I won't throw any actual dollars out, but basically they came up with a budget for the whole wedding, right?
Healthy budget.
And it was going to be split between, Doug and his bride to be, and he was fine with that. They were going to each pay for half of the wedding. And when they came up with the initial budget, Doug put his half up, and his half ended up being half of the cost of the location. That was it. It didn't cover anything else because it kind of blew up a little bit because his second wife was an event planner, and his definition of small wedding was a little different from her definition of small.
Strickland may be exaggerating just a little, but probably not. Right? Maybe not. Anyway. Oh my God! All right. Well, I think we got to really get hit in these snack foods. We got a lot of eating to still to get to. I have some of these pills I need to take care of also.
Oh my God!
And geez, a lot of good stuff going on here. This is fun. I've enjoyed hanging out with you for a few days, Strickland. I know
we don't get the opportunity.
This is great. Getting paid to come to something like this. We've got to figure out how to actually angle in some business to these conferences that we're coming to also. But this was really nice of a conference to sponsor so many people. I mean, you can see the depth of the wealth that is happening here at this conference just by looking at some of the venue sponsors. Anyway, okay, let's head out of here. I'm heading back to LA tomorrow, and Strickland is heading back to Austin via his Tesla by way of Dallas Love Field and DFW. Until next
I'm going to
week.
pick up some more beaver nuggets for you as a care package that I'll send you in LA.
Nice. How close is the closest Buc-ee's to your house?
Now, interestingly, there are many Buc-ee's in Texas, but most of them are in between big cities because it's basically places you stop to get shit when you're going somewhere. So the closest one to me is a good 45 minutes away. So I do not go to Buc-ee's unless I am driving to, let's say, Houston or Dallas.
Well, feel free to pick up a few bags of these on the way home, and I would love to get a care package from you. No pressure, but if you do, make sure that you know how to get them to me. Hey, one final thing. We didn't talk about this. I don't think we talked about this on the last episode, but you had to go through a roof replacement, and I'm just curious, or maybe we did talk about it last episode that you were replacing your roof.
I don't remember if we talked
Is
about
it
it.
finalized?
Oh, it's done. It's in. I've got a brand new roof. There was a threat of hailstorms last night in my neighborhood again. And I'm like, really? Like, I'm going to get a brand new roof and then it's going to fucking hailstorm again?
God,
Like,
I saw the Sally sent a video of the last hailstorm, and it was fucking crazy. These golf ball pieces coming down out of the sky.
Super crazy. It was really crazy.
Okay, we're head out of here till next week. By the way, sponsored by Brothers Roofing, the nice guy, the nice guys. Steve O'Brien, go ahead and take us out of here.
Call 4242 DJ Doug and record an intro for the show to hear on a future episode. Say anything you want. Hell, take my job. I'm getting sick of these guys anyway. We still rolling? Don't tell him I said that.